Hey folks, Dumock the artist coming at you once again from my hidden bunker deep within the bowels of the city, and I kind of want to talk about a very specific article that I found today in the addictinginfo.com website. I'm going to post a link down in the crutch bar, but it says here, Wells Fargo allegedly fires a father of dying daughter to take away her health insurance. Attached to the article will be a video by the Young Turks to talk about it in great detail. But let me just read a little bit just to give you the idea as to what lunacy is going on here. According to a lawsuit filed in Palm Beach County, Wells Fargo fired a mortgage consultant just before his daughter, Mackenzie, was scheduled to have cancer surgery. They then neglected to send Giovanni Gonzalez, the plaintiff, his COBRA information. Mackenzie died a few months later. From the Huffington Post, before Gonzalez was fired, Wells Fargo and United Healthcare, the health insurer, asked Gonzalez's wife numerous questions about Mackenzie's treatment and made several inferences to the cost of her treatment. The lawsuit states, around that time, Gonzalez's supervisor told Gonzalez that Wells Fargo was looking for reasons to get rid of him, according to the lawsuit. This was the loss of an innocent child's life, Jack Scarola, Gonzalez's lawyer, told the Huffington Post. There were some Wells Fargo employees who not only lacked compassion, but seemed to have been motivated by entirely improper concerns about finances. Wells Fargo claimed that the firing of Gonzalez was for reasons unrelated to his health insurance. They claimed that he had improperly filled out his time sheet. When Gonzalez lost his job, he also lost his family life insurance policy, meaning there was no funeral coverage for his daughter. Currently, nearly 50 million people lack health insurance. Insurance companies can drop almost anyone for any reason. Had the Affordable Care Act, Obamacare, been in effect when Mackenzie's treatment was scheduled, she might be alive today. The law won't go into full effect until 2014. Now, I don't know about you. Let me just clarify a couple of things. Number one, I firmly believe that if people are going to do the right thing, they don't need a whole bunch of regulation to oversee them. I want to believe that people deep down are at least have the capacity to be decent. But then you have in cases like this that demonstrate why regulation needs to be necessary. Not that it's a good thing, but that sometimes regulation is necessary. Why? Because you have incidents like this. Now, mind you, Florida is a right-to-work state, which means that an employer can fire you for any and every reason, and he doesn't even have to come up with something that makes sense. He could just wake up in a bad mood because he didn't get laid and decide to fire somebody just for giggles and grins. What really disgusts me is that these individuals in Wells Fargo took it upon themselves to murder a young lady, a young girl, who hadn't even lived yet, who had one of the most horrible diseases that mankind has encountered as of yet. That she was going for life-saving surgery, and they canceled her insurance just before she was supposed to go under the knife to save her life. Did I mention that the child had a Spanish surname? I guess I didn't have to because I read the whole damn article for you. But do you understand why now we need to have regulation of these corporations? We need to start dealing with these people, because those individuals at Wells Fargo and those people who worked in that insurance company are guilty of murder. They murdered that girl. They killed her. They didn't put a gun to her head. They didn't put a knife to her throat, but they killed her. How can you read something like this and not get angry? How can you see something like that and not ask yourself, you know what, maybe we should start looking into how these companies behave, because apparently they don't give a damn about right or wrong. Now, I can understand. Your goal is to make profit. I get that. I believe in a free market where people should be able to make as much money as they want or need. I can get that part. But to murder a young lady just because her health insurance was going to cost you a little bit of money when you are sitting upon millions and billions in profits is completely unexcusable. How do you live with yourselves? Seriously, how do you live with yourself? How do you sleep at night? Knowing that you are responsible for the death of this young girl. And I'm telling you, you are responsible. I hope, I pray, that if there is a creator or somebody in charge of regulating the universe, that you get the same treatment that you gave to that little girl. I hope that you get whatever that little girl had and then some. So that way you can understand compassion. So that you can understand what it's like to suffer. What a parent has to go through. To see their child dying and they can't do a goddamn thing about it. And the one thing that they could do, you stop them from doing it because you're a heartless, sick, psychopathic piece of human garbage. Please do us all a favor. Kill yourselves.